Yo, what is going on, guys? Coming at you with round 3 Dallas Regionals VOD review. We have Aiden playing the ZoroXodia deck, red card, delinquent, peeking red card, versus Stefan playing pretty standard ZoroGarb. He's playing a thicker Trash-a-Lanch line, 2 Psychic Energy, I think 2 Trash-a-Lanch. Aiden Ultra Balling here, getting rid of Egg, Lusamine. He's already red carded Stefan down to 4 cards, so now he's just looking for the delinquent plus peeking red card to try and completely lock his opponent out of the game. Here we go. Probably Ultra Ball for Shaman. Yep, gets the Ultra Ball for the Shaman. Have not seen the rest of his hand yet. We'll take a look at it in just a second, hopefully. Shaman to dig for more cards, though. Looking for the Skyfield Delinquent and then a peeking red card to try and hopefully lock his opponent out of the game. See what his hand is here. So he's going for Shaman here, but he still has an Ultra Ball in hand. I would like to see him just like get the Egg back and Ultra Ball, get his Zorua, and then set up for a clean 6. Yeah, I don't really like setting up for 4 here. Yeah, definitely would have liked to have seen him go get the Egg back, Ultra Ball those 2 things away, get his Zorua, set up for +2 cards. He has another Shaman in hand. He has an Ultra Ball in hand as well, Zorua as well. So Zorua's going to come down. Then we have the Ultra Ball. I want to see him Ultra Ball here. Get rid of the Guzma and the Special Charge, I think. He is going for the Propagate Egg, though. Not a fan of this. I don't know. You don't need the Special Charge always. And especially in this situation, you haven't discarded. If you had discarded a DC already, you already have thrown it back. I don't like him setting up for, he's going to be setting up for 1 less card now just because he didn't Ultra Ball away the Special Charge. So I definitely don't like that here from Aiden. I assume this will be to get another Shaman, maybe a Zorua. We'll see what he goes for. Looks like he is going to go for the Shaman. So he has 2 Shamans in hand now. I think that's fine. Definitely would have liked to have seen him Ultra Ball away the Special Charge, though. I do not like holding the Special Charge there at all. I think that's just too slow for no reason. Like, just get rid of it. You don't need the to hold on to that. You don't use that. You use that, I don't know, maybe 25% of your games or something. All right, finds another red card, DC easy, choice band. It puts the DC in the choice band on the bench. So I don't like this. I think it should just be on the active. Your plan is to limit Stefan's hand and limit his plays on his next turn as much as possible. Very unlikely to be able to knock out your active Zorua. Another red card, I like seeing him playing that down. And now he's potentially set up for 2 less cards total by not Ultra Balling away this Special Charge, like I would have liked to have seen him do. So now he's potentially set up for 2 less cards total here. The other card he might have got off this Shaman maybe wouldn't have been playable. We won't know. We see a Peeking in his hand, and I think a Bunnelby? No, it's the Ditto. I thought it was a Bunnelby. And the Ditto. Nothing too special. Yeah, the rest of his hand is just kind of dead. I would like to see him still play down this Peeking. Oh, he has another Ultra Ball, actually. Okay, so we can Ultra Ball here. Get Shaman. So yeah, potentially now could have drawn +3 cards. If he had just Ultra Balled away that Special Charge instead of propping the Egg in the Special Charge's spot. So there we go. Ultra Ball for Shaman. We're going to see a setup here for 3. I believe, and he's hoping to hit Skyfield Delinquent. He has the Peeking red card in hand. I would hold on to that at this point if I was Aiden, unless you whiff, and then I would like to see him play it down. Yeah, so set up for 3, hoping for Skyfield, hoping for, there's Skyfield, and he's got a Trainer's Mail. 2, 3, 4, no such luck though. Not quite there on the lock. Grabs the Rescue Stretcher, not gonna be able to do anything with that this turn. I don't think he has a Zoroark in there either, so he's not gonna be able to use it next turn either. Probably his bench is kind of locked up. Yeah, the rest of his hand is just not looking good, and I think it's probably going to be a pass here from Aiden on this turn. I would play the Peeking red card actually before passing here, but it looks like he is going to go with the pass. Yeah, I definitely would have played if I was Aiden. I definitely would have played the Peeking red card here. The whole point of your deck is to try and lock your opponent out of the game, and 4 cards means your opponent usually is going to have to play something. The Delinquent is kind of what the Delinquent plus Peeking red card kind of solidifies the lock. I would have just gone with the Peeking and hope you would either Stefan's hand is currently dead and you're like, okay, I don't have to do anything to it, or shuffle it, make him shuffle it into his deck, and then from there it's dead. I definitely don't like just being like, okay, I'm hoping those 4 cards are just bad. Give yourself a little bit extra. So we see a Battle Compressor here from Stefan, getting rid of Juniper, Bridget, and Egg. I saw at least 1 Via Seeker in Stefan's hand. We'll see if he might have 2. You can just go Bridget into Juniper, but I don't see a reason not to just go with a Colress then if you're gonna go Bridget here. So I'm not a huge fan of getting rid of the Juniper instead of a Colress here from Stefan. If he is, yeah, his plan, it looks like, yeah, there is another Via Seeker in his hand, so it's going to be Bridget. So I don't know why he wouldn't follow up with a Colress. There is a Colress in his deck. So that kind of makes no sense to me here from Stefan, going for the Juniper into the discard pile, or into the discard pile instead of the Colress. It's curious. But that is what he's going with here. Putting the Juniper instead of the Colress, because you would be able to draw the extra cards with the Colress. 1, potentially 2, maybe. It might actually be the same if your active gets knocked out, but it's at the very least the same. Oh no, he's putting Sudowoodo in play, so I guess your opponent's going to lose 1 as well. Okay, so I guess you're more likely to Most likely to, I guess it's about the same, but Juniper will always draw you 7. So I guess I understand the reasoning behind the Juniper. But you could like double prop eggs and bench them and then chorus for that much more. I still like putting the chorus in the discard pile, I think. He props his eggs, so he's at 4 cards, so now Delinquent actually won't run his hand out. See a Via Seeker here from Aiden. Gets the Guzma, gonna Guzma up the Pseudo Wudo. And looks like just go for a Paralyzing Gaze. Yeah, his hand is kind of dead from here. Tails, nothing happening. We see the Via Seeker for the Juniper here from Stefan, and it looks like, yeah, Choice Band to bench Zoro, and then Juniper. So it would have been about the same, but Chorus has more potential the later the game goes, so I still would have liked to see the Chorus make its way to the discard pile. There's the one-up Vespa Queen tech in Stefan's deck. It's okay. I think the Grass Shaman's a little bit better, but the Vespa Queen isn't terrible if you really want a Grass Attacker. Trades into nothing too special here. His hand's a little bit too big to play down the Shaman, not that he would even want to anyways. Yeah. I was gonna say probably just gonna be DCE pass. There's the DCE to the Zork. I don't think there's gonna be much else going on. Yep. Pass back over to Aiden, who top decks Chorus, so Aiden is still in this. Actually, if he can knock out the Pseudo Wudo here, it's possible he could just steamroll the rest of the game if Stefan doesn't draw too well from here on out. But we'll see. It's unlikely that'll happen. But I think that's the only way Aiden really wins this game from here. Missing the turn 1 lock, missing the turn 2 lock. He does find a Zork. There's a prop trade. Communication and an Ultra Ball, so he should be able to set up another Zork pretty easily here. So he's gonna go with the Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball getting rid of Peeking plus the Propagation. I don't actually like getting rid of the Peeking red card, I don't think. I don't know if there's anything better to get rid of in his hand though. I would like to see him hold on to that, because I think at this point, well, I mean, I guess there's 2 win conditions here for Aiden. He either runs over his opponent after KOing the Pseudo Wudo, and Stefan just can't keep up, or he does find the lock at some point and it sticks, which is also possible, but unlikely, I guess. Stefan here getting another turn outside of lock, so we see a Skyfield, I think a red card. There's the Skyfield and an N. So he puts the Skyfield down, so he's definitely going for the knockout this turn. Hold on to the red card, holds on to the Shaman. I think it would have been fine if he had just played the red card if he's going to go this hard for the knockout. He puts the Skyfield in play, so I feel like he should really be committing to try and get the knockout here on Stefan's side. And just go ahead and red card your opponent. Get that out of your deck so you don't draw back into that. I think that's what I would have liked to have seen. We see another Zork, that's great. And Mr. Mime. So all he really needs here, he needs the 8 Pokemon and he'll be good to go. So I'd like to see him bench the Mr. Mime and then prop one of the eggs. He has 2 eggs in there, yeah. So I'd like to see him prop one of the eggs in Communication that away, but he's going to communication away the Mime. Yeah, I would have definitely liked to see him Communication away one of the eggs. Just increases chances that much more of getting the knockout here. That's all you really want to find here from Stefan. Is this knockout? This knockout and maybe like, what's it called, would be nice. To get Pseudo Wudo back into play, and then I mean, if you get Pseudo Wudo back in play, you pretty much just win the game, I feel like, as Stefan here. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen him at least go with the, put the Mime on the bench. Need one less basic Pokemon. He has a DC, he has a Skyfield, he has a Choice Band, his opponent does not have Pseudo Wudo. So all you need is the bench Pokemon, and then you're cruising from there. So he's deciding what to trade here. He's going to go with a prop trade. There's an Ultra Ball, so that's probably going to lead to a second Shaman if it's in the deck. I'm sure he plays 2 Shaman. I actually don't know his exact list. There, it looks like he's Ultra Ball. Yeah, if he's Ultra Balling no eggs, he's definitely going for a Shaman here. And there it is, grabbing Shaman. He's got Floatstone. He has a Field Blower, so he should be able to set up for 5 here with benching the Lele. I'm not sure what the last card in his hand is, but it looks like some kind of trainer or supporter. It's a Via Seeker, so he's not going to be able to play that down. Yeah, so should see Field Blower away the choice. Float to Shaman or Zork. Goes with the Shaman. Bench Lele for no Wonder Tag, and then set up for 5. And now all he needs is 1 basic Pokemon, and then he's going to get the knockout. There's the Mr. Mime back in the hand. So he actually has it all ready to go. Going to see some prop trades here. Find the Trubbish. Definitely want to see that make its way to the bench. And then there's the 3rd prop trade. Trubbish makes its way down. Should see, and he got the Stretcher. So we should see the Stretcher for the Pseudo Wudo. And actually, I think that'll just pretty much lock up this game 1 in this set. There's pretty much, yeah. With Stefan being set up and then also getting the Pseudo Wudo into play, I don't think there's really any way for Aiden to win this game. Yeah, he's going for the Ultra Ball, getting a second Trubbish in play. Not super necessary, but it's fine. I almost would have liked to have seen him maybe prop an egg instead of putting down the second Trubbish. And then there's the Stretcher for 1. But it probably won't make a big difference. I mean, Stefan's gonna, yeah, and we see Aiden scooping immediately on the next turn. Yeah, pretty much nothing he could do there. Getting the Pseudo Wudo back was kind of like the nail in the coffin. If he didn't get the Pseudo Wudo back, there was potential. but still unlikely. All right, so I'm trying to find a little bit earlier. All right, so we see communication for Zorua. I believe it's the first card here from Aiden. He's got the stadium. He's got a trainer's mail. Get the battle compressor. So he's actually having a way better start this game than last game. Looks like he's gonna get rid of Juniper, Egg, something. Not getting rid of a delinquent. I assume that means he has a delinquent in hand. Looks like Juniper, Egg, Guzma. So I'm assuming that means he just has a delinquent in his hand. If he's not going to get rid of delinquent off this, because you always get rid of delinquent off this unless you only have one in the deck. Then you might want to have access to it through Lele or Jirachi, depending on which one he plays. So yeah, no delinquent discard here. So he either has it in hand or he has only one access to one deck. Yeah, there it is in hand. So he also has a stretcher in hand. So I would like to have seen him battle compressor away a Pokemon, probably a Zorua, and then stretcher that onto his bench for one, get the extra setup off the Shaman. I definitely don't like him holding the stretcher here. Maybe could have even compressored away a Shaman. I think compression away a Zorua was the way to go here, though, for sure, actually, on Aiden's side. Get the extra setup, get another Zorua in play, get the extra card off setup. Yeah, I don't like that at all. All right, we see the red card, we see the delinquent. Okay, so he's pretty much there. There's the red card on Stefan. DCE to active Shaman, and then we'll probably see Ultra Ball. I'd get rid of stretcher and communication, I think. Looks like he's going to keep the communication. No, I guess keeping the communication is fine because you always have the egged communication away. Tap Stefan's deck. Stefan at 4 now. Has the delinquent in hand, so he's going to be able to put him to 1 card for sure. And then it's going to get the peeking red card to hopefully solidify the lock, and then just most likely bench Stefan out here. And that's kind of how ZoroXodia wins games. There's the setup for 3. Keeping the Skyfield in play. Make sure he can keep filling up his bench and drawing cards as long as possible. And he does have 2 more bench spaces up for Shamans, though, so I think I actually him having 2 more bench spaces open makes me kind of want him to, and he only has 1 Shaman left anyways, so I think he probably should have just gone ahead and delinquent and set it up for the extra card. I mean, he does have the computer search in hand, so he did get there no matter what, but I definitely would have liked to have seen him just delinquent before using this Shaman setup and drawing that extra card, because he still has 2 bench spaces open and he only has 1 Shaman left. So it's just, I feel like it's just fine to go ahead and get the extra card off the setup. Yeah, I think I would like to have seen that from Aiden. I think that's a mistake for sure. He did get there though. Should be all set up, ready to go. The Ditto's coming down off the level ball. Computer search away Colress and Delinquent. I kind of want to see him keep the Colress and probably prop the egg there and get rid of the other Delinquent and have a draw supporter for next turn through the Colress, because you're pretty much there. The computer search is going to get the peeking red card. You can communication for your last Shaman. So yeah, I don't think there's really a reason to have done it this way at all, actually. Communication coming down. But he needs the egg. I don't know, maybe he wants to take the communication back here, and Stefan says you've already played it. I'm not sure what's going on here. He did pretty much play the card. His only out for a Pokemon is an egg, though, so I don't actually know how that would even work in like a ruling situation. Probably going to see him grab a Shaman here. So I definitely would like to see him go delinquent and then peeking red card, the 1 card hand of Stefan's, and draw +2 cards on this setup. We'll see what he goes with here. But there's really no reason to not draw +2 cards on the setup. I guess you lose. The only thing you lose is you wouldn't be able to bench another Zorua, but you have Ditto Zorua, and he opened an egg. All you need to do is just like, I mean, you don't need anything at this point, really. So just draw the extra 2 cards. Yeah, definitely just draw the extra 2 cards, but he is going to go set up for 4 first. I definitely don't like this. Gets a Zorua, sure, but I would just draw the extra 2 cards there for sure. And I would have liked to have seen him keep the Colress in hand as well. So what I would have liked to have seen him do is prop the egg and the computer search away the second delinquent plus egg. Get the peeking red card. Delinquent, peeking red card, keep Colress in hand, set up for 5. Have Colress in hand for next turn as a draw supporter. And then delinquent, yeah, having delinquent Stefan down to 1 and then peeking red card him and decide where to go from there. Here's a delinquent. He does get to like remove a Shaman from play, but it's really not that big of a deal. Like, this is not that. Peeking, sees Lele, shuffles into the deck. We'll see if the game is going to be ended right here, or if Stefan is going to draw well off his 2 cards. Yeah, so I think decent amount of missequencing here from Aiden. He could have definitely gotten a little bit more, or actually quite a bit more value out of his Shamans. This game and the last game, I think it's just been a little off. The sequencing on getting the maximum value out of his Shamans has just been off. And I think it's probably a pass here. Skyfield, and there's the scoop from Stefan. He knows he's going to get Sky Return knocked out next turn. So we're going into game 3. ZoroXodia doing what it does and winning the game before your opponent gets to play the game. All right, Stefan going first in game 3. Ultra Ball, get rid of Field Blower, getting rid of Colress. There it is, the Sudowoodo, Zorua, and that usually spells game in this matchup. It depends how well the ZoroXodia player draws. He's starting off here with the Trainer's Mail, going for the Skyfield. Definitely want to play for the turn 1 lock here still as Aiden. Opening the egg is pretty terrible. You definitely want to open Zorua. Opening Shaman isn't that bad because you can just Sky Return it, and then you're just fine. You just get access to another Shaman, free up a bench space, be able to push up whatever you want. Opening egg is just kind of bad. Another Trainer's Mail here. Gets an Ultra Ball. I think that's definitely what we want to see him grab here. His hand is a little bit clogged. Yeah, get rid of 2 DCs. I think I see the special charge in the hand. Looks like he's eyeing up the Lele. I think he's going to commit to the Delinquent immediately, and I'm fine with that. I think you definitely have to just go ahead and be like... Actually, does Stefan have 3 cards in hand? If Stefan has 3 cards in hand, then actually definitely go for Delinquent here. I can't tell if he has 3 cards in hand or not. Special charge shuffles the DCEs back into the deck. Red card. So no, he had a 4-card hand. All right. Yeah. So we should still see the Delinquent play here come out of Aiden. Definitely want to see him go Lele for Delinquent, put Skyfield in play, Delinquent Stefan, and then set up for 6 and just see what you get. Just commit to the play immediately though. Draw the extra cards off the Shaman. That's one thing we've been seeing, I think, Aiden do poorly in the set so far, is not get maximum value out of his draw cards as he does it again, or out of his Shaman specifically. He does have it though. He has it set up right here in his hand, the combo. Yeah, Ditto's fine. Computer search away those 2. Should grab a Peking red card, and then we should see Lele for the Delinquent. There's the Peking, then Lele for Delinquent. Once again, could have drawn 1 more card off of his Shaman, but chose not to. Once again, you just want to see maximum value out of the Shamans. You know what combo you're going for, so just do it. Get the Lele for Delinquent, draw the extra card, take the Delinquent out of the deck. That's one less card you can't draw into, because you need to draw into some cards for next turn. I guess that means you could use the Lele on the following turn for other stuff. Peking red card. It's a communication. Ooh. No egg in the discard pile, though. Wow, that's an interesting one there. He got rid of... Ooh, that's an interesting one there. I wonder if... I think... Ooh. I would shuffle it into the deck, I think, as well. There's too many top decks that Stefan could get, I think. Battle Compressor, a Pokemon. Yeah. I think I like this. Oh, now I'm super curious as to what that one is. See... Looks like nothing great. Oh, he got a Shaman set up for 5, and whenever we see a Zoroark, and I think this will probably be, if it's not the end of the game right now, I think we're actually pretty close. That's kind of how this matchup goes. If the ZoroGarb player just starts setting up Zoroarks before you start taking big knockouts, or you know, win the game just by locking them out of the game and then benching them out, they generally win. Oh, but that's not a great follow-up there from Stefan. But the board state of Aiden isn't great either. So we'll see. I think this is going to be a pass here from Stefan. All right, over to Aiden. Floats onto the active is great. It doesn't do that much, actually, though. See the Juniper. 4, 5, 6, 7. Not even going to be able to one-shot this Lele, though, unfortunately, for Aiden, because he can't utilize Skyfield because of the Sudowoodo on Stefan's bench. Most important Pokemon in this matchup for Stefan is definitely that Sudowoodo. You just find that, put it in play, and then you kind of just, like, fully limit your opponent's capabilities of actually pulling off their combo. You can see him communication away as Zoroark. What is he gonna grab here? He can't bench anything. Gonna grab Muck. Alright. It's okay. Does shut down Stefan from being able to play down like Lele or Shaman on his turn. We'll shut off the Sudowoodo. I guess it is really the only way for Aiden to kind of come back in this game. Yeah, and I would definitely like the Sky Return here. Probably into the egg. Yeah, goes into the egg for 30 on the Lele. Over to Stefan. He has a Skyfield, I believe, and he has a bunch of Pokemon he can bench. He trades away the Klefki, actually. He can Sky Return his own Shaman here, I think. I think he has a Floatstone in hand. I might be wrong. Looks he is eyeing the red card, potentially. I don't think that does a whole lot now. He's going after the DCE. I see the Floatstone, I think. So I would definitely like to see him Sky Return into the Shaman. There's no really... I don't see a reason to red card Aiden here as Stefan. Yeah, I would just go with Sky Return. Probably back into the Lele. Maybe into the fresh Lele. I would probably just go back into the damaged Lele, though. Give yourself the mobility of the Floatstone. He's thinking about it. Looks like I might set up a Zorua here. Or Zoroark. Zoroark's okay, but it is possible that Aiden could get the one-shot here. Very unlikely. It's very unlikely, but it's still possible. He does have the Delinquent combo. Aiden does. So we're probably going to see him go for that. Delinquent Stefan down to 1 card and be like, okay, you got 1 card and only 1 Zork set up. Can't use egg. I mean, he doesn't even have egg in the in his discard pile. Let's see what you can do with your limited resources. Skyfield. Yeah, delinquent. Peking, it's a dowsing machine. I would just leave that. I think. No, I would shuffle it in because there is a chorus in Stefan's discard pile, I believe. Oh, he hasn't even traded yet. Definitely should have traded first here as Aiden. I didn't even realize that. For some reason, I thought like he couldn't trade. I don't know. See the trade here finally out of Aiden. Down to 1 card here for Stefan and only access to 1 trade. Alright, he has a Zorua. DCE. Alright, he's gonna hit for 80. This is pretty reasonable actually to set up the 2-shot. Not sure what the 1 card of Stefan's. I think, is it the dowsing machine again? I don't know, actually I can't tell. Trade stretcher. Another Zork. Has a DCE in hand. Has a Shaman in hand. Definitely should trade away the Shaman though. Doesn't do a whole lot for him. Can't use it. Ooh, it looks like DCE Skyfield something. I can't tell what the 3rd card is, but by how slow he's playing, I assume it's not great. The Via Seeker should be pretty straightforward to just go for the Chorus. I think he's debating on whether or not he actually wants to attack with his active Zoroark here, or if he thinks he's going to get knocked down, he would rather save the DC. Knowing most likely that it's going to be Aiden won't be able to set up a 1-shot. But Aiden still needs quite a bit. I don't think he has a ton of Skyfields left to actually KO this active Zoroark. He still needs quite a bit. I don't know if he's a draw supporter in his discard pile. I don't know if Aiden does or not. So I'd maybe like to see him just go ahead and play Skyfield and then Via Seeker for a draw. He does have a Juniper, so yeah, I would like to see him just go Skyfield, Via Seeker, Juniper. 100% would like to see him go Skyfield, Via Seeker, Juniper. Skyfield, Juniper. Yep, yeah, 100%. Awesome. Just needs basic Pokemon here. 6, 7. Doesn't quite have it yet. Definitely want to see him trade first. Probably trade away the red card or the Float Stone. Definitely want to keep the Chorus. I actually like keeping the red card. I think I would trade away the Float Stone here. Yeah, I would trade away the Float Stone here, I think. 2 Ultra Balls. So I think he has the knockout here. Yeah, he's stretching for 1. Ultra Ball away, Ultra Ball and Float Stone. Bench Zorua. Yeah, he has the knockout here. Just needs to do it. And probably stretcher for probably the Shaman. No, probably the Egg. You probably don't want it. Well, you don't really want to put a Shaman in play, I feel like. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, Ultra Ball away. I want to see Ultra Ball. No! Keep the Chorus. You don't have a supporter for next turn. I guess he doesn't have a lot left in his deck anyways, though. Oh, and he goes for the Zork instead of just getting a basic Pokemon to get the knockout. I definitely just want to see him secure the knockout here. Now he can possibly whiff the knockout. So yeah, I really don't like this play here from Aiden. I definitely wanted to see him go Ultra Ball away, Ultra Ball and Float Stone. Get a basic Pokemon. Bench Zorua. Stretch it for a Pokemon. Bench that. Knock out Stefan's active Pokemon. But now he needs to hit a Pokemon. And he's going to trade away the DCE. Which means he's going to Ultra Ball away 2 more resources to find another Pokemon. But he just went like, he just went on a way roundabout way of trying to do the exact same play that I was talking about. And he had to burn way more resources to pull it off. Now he has to Ultra Ball away, yeah, Guzma and Via Seeker to get a basic Pokemon. Zorua at this point. And then he has to stretch it for 1. So he just lost way more resources than he needed to do the exact same play I was just saying. And he could have had a Chorus in his hand for next turn. But now he's like got like nothing left of anything. So if Stefan can hold on for just a couple more turns, then I think Stefan is just going to win this game. So yeah, I think we should have seen Ultra Ball away, Float Stone and Ultra Ball. Get a basic Pokemon, stretch it for a Pokemon, bench the Zorua, knockout. Don't get another Zork with the Ultra Ball. Just keep it basic, straightforward. Just take the knockout and go on from there. He really kind of dug himself into a hole where he had to burn a ton of resources to actually get the knockout here. We do see the stretcher for 1. Yeah, Shaman's fine. I don't really see the point of keeping Egg, and attaches DC down to a 0-card hand. And then it is Rightus beating for the knockout here for Aiden. But definitely went a very roundabout way of getting this knockout. Could have been a lot cleaner and had a Chorus in hand for next turn. I don't know. Looking a little iffy here now for Aiden. I think Stefan's in a pretty good spot for sure now. Just needs to hold on. He just needs to hold on. I think he just eventually wins the game. If he starts taking knockouts, I think he's definitely going to win the game. It doesn't need much to take the knockout here. Chorus. And Aiden just kind of doesn't have a lot of stuff to be able to take knockouts with. I don't think Aiden is actually going to be able to close out the game here. Like, I don't think he has enough stuff to close out the game. Stefan is looking at the Ultra Ball here. He can get rid of a Zoroark and a Choice Band. Yeah, it looks fine to me. Definitely wants a Zorua here, but actually, yeah, there's a Zorua. I was like, well, Stefan actually seems to be running out of Pokemon too. There's a Chorus for 10. Yeah, I saw as long as I think Aiden is almost just out of Pokemon. So as long as Stefan gets this knockout, I think Stefan might just win. I don't know if Aiden will actually be able to knock out another Zoroark. We'll see. I could be wrong. There's the DCE, there's the basic Pokemon. So this will be the knockout here for Stefan. Ooh, and a Ditto. Another basic Pokemon. Awesome. Retreat. I also want to see him bench the Ditto though. Because now if the stadium gets bumped, and you can't ever use the Ditto because he has Muck. Did he trade there? I don't think Stefan traded there. Definitely a mistake on Stefan's part if he didn't trade. There's definitely options to trade away there. Definitely could have like traded away the Vespa Queen. I don't think you're ever getting that out this game. So definitely a mistake there from Stefan. I think he forgot to trade there. We see the trades coming in from Aiden here. He does have enough basic Pokemon, it looks like. Alright, he is going to be able to get the knockout here on the Zoroark. Using his whole hand, gets the choice band, gets enough basic Pokemon. He now needs 2 prizes to be able to close out this game. Definitely would have, but if this gets knocked out, alright. He might still be able to get it again after this gets knocked out, but I don't think so. I think if this gets knocked out, he's not going to be able to get another knockout. We'll see what Stefan has. Can Stefan go after the Muck? What if he goes KOs the Muck? Taking a look at the discard pile. Yeah, I think Aiden has 1 DCE left. There's only been 1 choice. He has 1 choice band left as well. So it is possible he could knock out another Zoroark here, actually. This Muck is actually doing a lot of work right now. Shutting down the Sudowoodo of Stefan. Yeah, for Stefan to get this KO this turn, 3 Pokemon, Zoroark, choice band DCE. I feel like it's just unlikely that Stefan gets the knockout here. You kind of have to keep the eggs in the deck, actually, because you need basic Pokemon, I think. So I wouldn't get rid of those if I was Stefan. But he's eyeing them up for sure. There has to be something better to get rid of. He can maybe actually Trash Lynch KO here as Stefan. Which, if he's going for that, then I actually don't hate discarding the eggs here. Going for a Trash Lynch KO here would be pretty strong. I'm sure there's enough items in Aiden's discard pile for the Trash Lynch to take a 1-shot. I do see a Psychic in hand, so he just needs access to the Trash Lynch. He's rethinking that now. Getting rid of Skyfield instead. I don't see a Trash Lynch in the deck, but I'm pretty sure there's one in the discard pile. I don't think Special Charge is going to be used at all this game. He's got 2 DCs left in deck. There's the Dowsing Machine. I don't see the Stretcher. Thinking about getting rid of Ultra Ball. Yeah, I see Psychic Energy. I don't see... Oh, might get rid of the red card. I don't see the Trash Lynch. And I don't see the Stretcher. It's possible the Stretcher's in the discard pile. Or in the hand. And he could Dowsing for the Stretcher if it's in the discard pile. He's definitely thinning out his deck to increase the chances of getting the Trash Lynch, I think. I think he wants to go for the Trash Lynch here. Is there a reason not to bench the Shaman? I think you could maybe just bench the Shaman. Looks like he wants to hold off on it. He's debating using the Via Seeker over the Colress. I don't think that makes any sense. Yeah, just go ahead and use the Colress. So he is drawing 13 cards here. He either needs to find Psychic and Trashalanche or DCE and Zoroark. And he's going to be able to take the knockout here. And he needs DCE, Zoroark, and he needs 3 basic Pokemon, actually. That's why I was like debating if he should actually just bench the Shaman. There we go. Once again, I don't see Trashalanche, but maybe I'm missing it. There's Ability Lock Garb. I think he's looking for something to trade away here. Eyeing up the egg. The communication, I have to imagine, isn't going to be very good right now. I would maybe get rid of the communication. I wonder what the Guzma outs here are for. He's down 2 Floatstone, I think 3 VS Seeker and Guzma. So he has 1 more out to Guzma. So I wonder if Stefan could have gone just like Guzma up, Muck, pass. And Aiden would have just decked out eventually. Still debating what to trade. Looks like he's eyeing up Delinquent at this point. Trades Delinquent. Best between Via Seeker, not great. I think he does have enough. I think he can get the knockout here, but that's just gonna come down to if Aiden can just return a knockout, something like a Lele off the bench, I think. Yeah, I think Stefan is looking for some alternate line of play besides just setting up a Zoroark and attacking, because he knows there's the potential that it gets knocked out. So you definitely don't want to attack with the Zoroark here. But I don't think he has a choice anymore at this point. I think he's kind of got to do it. Yeah, I think there's 1 Via Seeker here left for Aiden. Trubbish, Mr. Mime, and an egg make their way to the bench, and then it's retreat. Riotous Beating here from Stefan to go down to 1 prize card. And we'll see if Aiden actually gains access to DCE choice band. Maybe he top decked Via Seeker. I think he probably should have sent up something that is not. Yeah, I think he should have sent something that is not Zork. If he knows what's left in his deck, we know the DCE is left. I wasn't sure if the Via Seeker was left. I don't think he actually has a way to draw prizes here. So all he had to do was send up anything that wasn't Zork, and then he can go DCE, Guzma, knock out this Lele, and then he wins the game. So big mistake here by Aiden. I don't think he has a way to win the game anymore. We'll see if he can pull something out. There's the Guzma, but nothing on it. There's no way he can KO anything. No, he has the stretcher. He has the stretcher. Okay, he has it. He has it. I missed the stretcher. Yeah, so he has the stretcher, so he should have game here. Guzma up the Lele, DCE to the Zorok. Okay, that's game. And we see Aiden taking game 3, super close, and actually had 30 damage on the Lele, making a big difference there off that Sky Return. So we do see Aiden taking game 3. He does have the stretcher for the second Zorok. Okay, I got nervous there that he messed up. No, but he does have the stretcher for the Zorok, so he is able to take it in the end there. Pretty close set overall. I think a decent amount of miss sequencing on Aiden's side. Missing, like not getting the maximum draw out of his Shamans many times throughout this series. Many times he could have drawn so many more cards with the Shamans, I feel like. Pretty missequenced there by Aiden. But in the end, he is able to take the series 2-1. Stefan played pretty clean. I think he missed one trade in there, but besides that, I liked what I saw from Stefan, which you'd want to expect, you know, tier 1 play from a player like Stefan. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for round 3, guys. Aiden does take this one 2-0, despite the missequencing on the Shamans. And yeah, I'll be back soon with round 4. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, give it a like. If you enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Did I miss anything? Do you think there's any more better optimal plays that I missed? Let me know in the comment section down below. Links to my Twitch live stream and social medias in the description below. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.